The strongest sanction that we have in our system of traffic law, as opposed to criminal laws relating to traffic, is permanent disqualification from holding a driver licence. However, even permanent disqualification is not truly permanent. Once a person has served a disqualification period of at least 2 years, they're entitled to apply to the court for the disqualification to be lifted. If they are unsuccessful, they can apply again, but they need to wait for a full year between applications. The idea behind this is to ensure that the offender sticks to the disqualification. They know that if they do the right thing, abide by the disqualification, then after a few years they might get their licence back after all. However, there is never a right to get the licence back. It's always a discretion in the hands of the judge. District Court Judge Farr of Senior Counsel said, in deciding whether to exercise its discretion, the court is guided primarily by the legislation, which requires the court to consider the character of the person disqualified, the person's conduct subsequent to the order, the nature of the offence, and any other circumstances of the case. Slivo has become the leading example of this discretion in application. Slivo was permanently disqualified from holding a driver licence in 2000 after doing 90 in a 45 zone and running his car into a tree while trying to escape probation and parole staff. He had an extensive driving history which began almost immediately after he obtained his learner's permit in 1998. Multiple driving offences of various types until the licence disqualification. Even that didn't stop him, and he was charged in 2002 with driving while disqualified. In 2004, Slivo was incarcerated for a large range of criminal offences, primarily centred around drug trafficking. He remained in jail from 2004 until 2015. He was released and just a couple of months later made an application for the return of his licence, arguing that he had not been convicted of any driving-related offences since 2004. Surprise, surprise. Judge Farr said, a driver licence disqualification can hardly be considered a punishment for a prisoner during the period of incarceration. However, even in this case, the court did not shut the door completely. That probably occurred in early 2023 when Slivo pleaded guilty to carjacking and beating a friend that he'd made in prison.